In this lesson, you'll learn how to create animated loops that play over and over again inside your presentation. Things over itself. I've got a little bit of an example here that you can take a look at, and when I preview this, we're going to see a loop that takes place with a star that's rotating. So imagine that you want to create something like this so that you have this object that is looping, it's rotating, and it's going to keep on playing as the animation runs through to the end. Animated star that's going to loop and spin and then actually move across the canvas. Relatively easy to do once you know the tricks. So I've got my yellow star here up on the canvas, and on my timeline I'm going to click on the options and I'm going to select on the option that says new loop. Now I'm doing this for the sheet, not for the object. So new loop applied to the sheet level on the timeline. I can name this loop if I choose to do so, but it's not required. Okay, so my new loop is created, and I'm going to turn on my animation settings and select on my star. Now I have the option on the star to choose a number of rotations, and I'll do that by moving the playhead to the location where my loop comes to an end, and then setting the options under transform to rotate the number of times I want it to spin. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to spin 5 times. So now when I scrub my playhead back and forth, I'll see my star spinning. I don't have to give it any angle settings in that transform menu, just have to tell it to spin. When I play and click on preview, I'll see my star spinning. Okay, now I can also take my star, and again with the timeline, with the animation recording set to animation mode, now I'll go to the beginning of my object. I'll drag the star to the location where I want it to start, go to the end of my loop here. Actually, let's go a little further, because an object will continue to spin even though it's a loop, and I'll put it in the ending position where I want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to start here in the center. Actually, I really want that up here. Okay, I'm going to start in the upper left hand corner, and as the animation plays, as the star spins, it'll slide across the screen. All right, so continuing to loop. If I wanted to make the animation go slower, anybody want to hazard a guess on what I would do to make that change? Let's see. If I spin down my options down here in the timeline, I see my rotate setting right here, and this is where I would want to go on the timeline to make a change. So I'll scrub to that point on my timeline, and what did I say? We want to go more slowly. So if I wanted to spin more slowly, I would have, that's right, less rotations, right? So less rotations. And when I click on the preview, I'll see it spins a little more slowly. If I wanted to spin more quickly, what's our setting going to be? But got to be the opposite, right? We're going to make it more. So let me go 9 rotations within that one loop. And when I preview, we'll see my star is now spinning very, very quickly. So a lot of things that you can do with loops. You're not restricted to simply doing spinning animations like we've shown here. You can do lots of other things that can loop as well, and these will be helpful to you when you start working on projects where you're creating simulations of different things happening over time.